Multi-core and shared memory multiprocessor.
Fine. Multi-core and shared memory processor. So today we are going to see very important topic which we all are day-to-day life using it. Okay. We'll go for the presentation and complete the session soon. Can you see the information what I'm displaying you? Kindly reply. Yes, unmute and reply. Can you hear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, today's very important topic is we are going to know some information or content related with graphics processing unit. Okay, GPU we say, right? All of our system, desktop, mobile phones, all are having a GPU card, right? It is a graphical processor unit card. So before going inside the content, we'll try to understand what is GPU. What is GPU? It's a graphics processing unit, GPU. It is a little bit, it's a chip like, okay, it's an electronic circuit capable of rendering graphics for displaying on a electronic device. Graphics means images, videos, okay, all of the data with images, videos, streaming of data, okay. The updations of data will be. So GPU was introduced to the wide market. It was started from 1999. It was introduced that year itself and best known for use most of the smooth graphics who are the consumers that time are the modern videos and games which we have adopted with these two applications. Videos, games, we go for this GPU. So this is just a recap of what is GPU, which you are in day-to-day life you are using that device, that card inside your desktop or PC or mobile phones. And in depth, you want to understand what are the other. Every PC consists of GPU to render images, videos, 2D images, 3D animations for display. Everything has been supported using a graphics card. We say that is GPU. So it stands for graphics processing unit. Graphics processing unit. In short, we say GPUs. GPUs commonly referred to as graphics card or video card. Okay, you can also buy in now latest trend. We can buy this graphic card and built inside the our system if you are using a multi-core system. Fine, we'll go for the information, book information. So in general, you need not get panic of these words. Everything has been explained as a theory. What is graphic display and which type of, there are many classifications of fines classifications, SI, SD, SIMD, MIMD, MISD. In that, which classification of processor we cover this graphic display card. So it is single instruction, multiple data stream instructions. In those type of processor only, this graphic display can be supported. So existing architectures, many microprocessors were connected with the graphical displays and it is used in PCs, workstations, increasing fractions of processing time using this graphics. As you all know, the Moore's law, which states that every 36 months of period we have to increase the number of transistors. Similarly, they have to focus on improving the graphics processing. Only if the graphic processing parallelly with the process transistor is being improved, then we say we are moving to the new technologies. And similarly, computer game industries, which plays a vital role for improving this type of graphic processing, both in PCs and dedicated game consoles, which was at beginning was supported by Sony PlayStations, where most of the video games have been supported. So it plays a vital role for the improvement of graphics. And regarding graphics hardware, okay, we say the hardware related information only we are learning in our subject. So developing faster graphic hardware, it is more focused and it is more faster rate in improving that technology when compared to a general purpose processing in mainstream microprocessor. We have to focus on improving the CPUs also. More cores have to be been built in a system so that many data can be transferred, many instructions can be run parallelly. All those things also plays a vital role. But without this GPU, you can't run more programs, more data. That you all know. For a game, everything has been GPU now. For image download panno, every data are interrelated with the images, videos, transformation of data through these type of informations. It can be the information can be in image mode or video mode or 2D mode. So if a system is performing well, then GPU card is working well. So all those are interrelated. These are the points discussed in this slide. Just wait, students. Kindly message the remaining students to join the session quickly. Next, there are two community available in day-to-day life where the technology has been improving. One community is, we say, graphics and game community. Okay, and another community is microprocessor developing community. One company focusing on, or one process of organization focusing on improving the core technology. More transistor have to be inbuilt parallelly. They have to insert the graphic card also. Two separate community are available in the style of processing and technologies or terminologies, if you see. And graphic processors, whichever processor system is supporting this graphical processor, increase the power normally when compared to normal CPU using and a graphical user inbuilt multi-processor system. As it is having a separate power in it, they have given a separate name. How we go for CPU processor, similarly GPU. A separate name has been earned due to the importance of graphics for any of the system. So graphic processor unit, we say in short GPUs. And if you focus on latest technology, we can buy, we can pay some amount for buying the GPU card. Today, why we have to depend on this GPU card? Because it is helping us to run hundreds of parallel floating point units. That much of data has been supported using this hardware GPU, and it is giving more high performance in computing. If your system is working perfectly, you're able to easily download your data. You're going to access any of the data available in the net. Everything is possible through this GPU unit present inside the system. So it is giving a high performance computing accessibility. Okay. So if you see all the persons are using a desktop, laptop, mobile phones, if you are having a proper GPU connectivity or GPU card inside your system, then you will not feel in downloading any of the information of unsafe situation. Like full documents can be downloaded properly. High performance can be seen only through this GPUs. And another important point is most of the programmers focus on GPU hardware to be developed properly. So many programmers who are working for the scientific inventions or multimedia applications, multimedia like website designings or video streaming application, YouTube, all those things, we focus on these GPUs today. So pondering is nothing but thinking or preoccupied whether to use GPU or CPU. The programmers mostly focus on these two information parallelly. Any doubt till now, students? Kindly reply. Kindly reply, unmute and reply. Students, are you all listening? Yes, unmute and reply.
No doubts, ma'am.
Okay, fine, good. Okay. And the very important characters now features, or we say the goodness of GPUs vary from CPUs. When you compare with the normal processor running in a system and a GPU processor, what is the difference? Key characters you have inside a system, you have to understand. Just wait. Just wait. Fine. So GPUs, graphics processing unit, acts as an accelerator, gunning the supplement of CPUs. So we say it is a co-processor. So we do not need to be able to perform all the tasks of CPU. When GPUs present inside the system, the whole process or functionality what the CPU is doing, the same thing the GPU need not be done. Okay, that is called as that's why they have mentioned the point. Do not need to able to perform all the tasks what the CPU do. So you have to know the difference between GPU and CPU. GPU is just a co-processor needed for a system to run, to execute the data or access the data, modify data, any type of transformation of data is through GPU and CPU. But all the process what CPU is performing need not be performed by the CPU. GPU, sorry. So, and another thing, dedicated all their resources to graphics, only focusing on graphic related informations like images, 2D dimensions, data transfers, 3D, video focusing. For that, what are the resources or the functionality have to be performed by the GPU? That alone should be fully focused, dedicated. So these are the very important key characters that to be differentiated with the CPU and GPU. And similarly, graphical processing unit to perform some task, if it is not performing poorly, a task is performing poorly or not at all. இப்போ உங்க சிஸ்டம்ல வந்து GPU process வந்து ஆகல, fault இருக்கு, okay, that is not going to affect your CPU. So GPU process work ஆகலனா image problem இருக்கும், images will not be downloaded properly or video stuck இருக்கும். So given that a system with both the CPU and GPU only, the system is inbuilt with both the combination of your system is having both CPU and GPU. So if any of the GPU process is poorly working or not at all working, it is not going to affect your CPU. The point is CPU can do them if needed. Some of the applications of functionality related with the graphic medias or data can be supported by CPU. So which are parallelly, if you want to add some data to be done using some instructions, and those instructions can be run with the help of CPU, but not 100% completions. ஸோ நார்மலாகவே நீங்கள் சில டேட்டாஸ்லாம் டவுன்லோட் ஆகுறது பார்க்கலாம். நீங்கள் ஒரு நெட்லேருந்து ஒரு இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் டவுன்லோட் பண்ணுறீங்கன்னா இமேஜஸ்லாம் அப்படியே ஸ்டக் ஆகும். யூ ஆர் நாட் ஏபிள் டு வியூ த இமேஜஸ். த ப்ராப்ளம் இஸ் GPU is having some fault in your system. So where the whole data are not properly downloaded, cannot be viewed by us, by the user. So you have to understand if there is any problem with the, or it's fine for GPU's graphic process unit to perform some task poorly or not at all. Given that a system with both CPU and GPU, CPU can do them if needed. Okay, that you have to understand. So GPU problem size அப்படினு பார்த்தா what type of data can be supported, how much of data can be supported. ஒரு problem size அப்படினு பார்த்தா hundreds of megabytes, that is MB data to GB data. Okay, that has been supported for graphical programming unit to be accessed. So but not 100 of gigabytes to terabytes, அதோட length ஜாஸ்தி. So capacity for a GPU அப்படினு பார்த்தா hundreds of megabyte MB data to GB data alone can be supported, or those type of problems can be supported using this graphical processing unit. This is a very important points you have to understand. You can ask for 2 marks also. Okay. These are the difference lead to different styles of architecture. So when you want to focus on the designing of GPUs under the system, what are the things you have to be focused? So what type of technology, what type of classification have to be supported for GPUs? It is mainly relying on hardware multi-threading. I have already told why we have to depend on multi-threading. So each and every processor is divided as a threads. Okay, ஒரு அப்ளிகேஷன் ரன் ஆகணும்னா இட் இஸ் ஒன்லி த்ரூ ஹார்ட்வேர் மல்டி த்ரெட்டிங். ஓகே, பேரலா ஒவ்வொரு அப்ளிகேஷன்ஸும் நம்ம ரன் ஆகணும் சிஸ்டம்லனா வி ஹாவ் டு டிபெண்ட் ஆன் ஹார்ட்வேர் மல்டி த்ரெட்டிங் கான்செப்ட், வேர் வி ஹாவ் 3 types, ரைட்? ஃபைன் கிரெயின், கோர்ஸ் கிரெயின். ஸோ தட் வாட் இஸ் த பெஸ்ட் கிளாசிஃபிகேஷன் இஸ் simultaneous multi-threading. So like that, hardware multi-threading have to be supported in the case of graphical processing unit, because defaultly you can understand the concept. Or images, videos, நிறைய large amount of data have to be downloaded or to be viewed by the viewers. Then parallel multi-threading concepts have to be involved here. So there is a focus on the differences lead to different styles of architecture. In graphical user processing unit, we focus on hardware multi-threading. Then GPUs have hundreds of thousands of threads, obviously, to run an image file or video file. A lot of supporting process have to be parallelly running. So hundreds of thousands of threads are running in the system consisting of GPU, that you have to understand. Then GPU has a memory. So graphical card will have a memory that most of the memory is dependent on this bandwidth. The point you have to understand. ஒரு டேட்டாவை நீங்க டவுன்லோட் பண்றீங்க, அப்லோட் பண்றீங்க, it depends on bandwidth. What is meaning of bandwidth? The maximum data transfer rate of a network. Internet connection depend பண்ணி தான் இந்த graphical memory plays a vital role. If you are not having a proper bandwidth in your system, okay, you are not having a proper internet connections, then obviously there is a drawback in storage of data, retrieving of data. Okay, able to understand? ஒரு டேட்டா ஸ்டோர் பண்றதோ இல்ல ஸ்டோர் பண்ண டேட்டாவை upload, அதான் சொல்றேன், download, upload, all those things happens only through this bandwidth. So instead of, rather than the latency is being inactive in the memory device, we mostly depend on this bandwidth when we consider this GPU memory. Okay, so these special graphics dynamically random access memory chip is available, that we say it is wider enough under the CPU unit, okay, and have higher bandwidth than GPU. So when compared to CPU dynamic random access memory chip, graphical random access memory chip has a wider in range. This is very important key points. So these are the focusing on architecture key points. To run a unit, hardware, you have to understand. To run this GPU unit, what are the information to be kept in mind? It should be an hardware multi-threading concept have to be used. Then how much of threads will be supported when you use this technology? Then GPU will have a memory. That memory does not depend on the latency of a cache memory or anything, but it is mainly depending on the bandwidth facility available inside the system. Then there are two types. One is for CPU, we will use a dynamic random access memory chip. Obviously, there is a graphics dynamic random access memory chip available, which is wider when compared to GPU. In addition to this GPU memory, what we have covered in architecture, GPU unit architecture consists of memories. They are consisting of smaller main memories. Main memories conventional with the multiprocessor, because only the system which has a multiprocessor system will have the facility of GPU and support the GPU. In what they have analyzed is in 2013, GPUs typically have 4 to 6 gigabits or less storage capacity, memory space. When compared to CPU, it is 32 to 256 GIP. But nowadays, it is more when compared to CPUs. The utility of graphical processing unit is more when compared to the normal processing of data. Just the addition of data. Only data cannot be viewed nowadays. We have to need a GPU to be supported in the system for a lot of data transfer or retrieval. So finally, you have to keep in mind, for any general purpose computation happening inside a system, we must include the time of transfer the data. It's between CPU memory and GPU memory. If you are using a multi-core technology CPU memory as well as GPU memory, then your processing speed will be more. You can upload more data, download more data. You can make use of this GPU coprocessor well. GPU is said to be a coprocessor. Very important point. So then the bandwidth GPU are accommodated with the parallel processing. That only I have told. CPU must be a parallel processor CPU. Supporting MIMD, you know what is MIMD? Multiple instruction, multiple data streams, as well as many threads have to be parallelly running in the case of GPU unit. So these are all things you have to keep in mind when you are understanding the concept of GPU. So graphical processing unit processor is highly multi-threaded because we are under the hardware multi-threading. It's highly multi-threaded than a typical normal CPU running. Okay, plus more processor have to also be used. So if you see your system or desktop what you are day-to-day using, you can check with the system configuration how much of GPU card is being utilized. Is a 64-bit GPU card equally given for processor also 64-bit. So that much of space is occupied for the data transfer. So equal importance are given for both CPU and GPU, and highly multi-threaded concepts are used in GPU processor, plus supporting core processors, multi-core technologies. What are the hardware and software interfaces needed for a GPU unit? Very important point. So as we have to run more application, narrow set of applications have to be run parallelly. Multi-threading is being implemented in GPUs. Some programmers have to focus on that application running. So the programs have to be designed in such a way it is supporting hardware multi-threading. So high potential performance have to be given for a GPU unit process system. So what are the softwares needed? What are the hardware needed? So the problem used for graphics application program interface systems, the languages supported are C-inspired programming languages. Now we are using Python, all those things to allow them to write program directly for the GPU. So a system is a supporting GPU unit. If you are inserting a hardware called GPU hardware or GPU card, we say video card, GPU card, graphic card, it consists of software supporting programs. So the point you have to understand is they have written a separate GPU card programs focusing on running only images, 2D document related informations, 3D, separate program coding supported here. So example for GPU, very best example, NVIDIA. NVIDIA is a company which have invented an architecture, GUDA. If you see in the net, you can find this company. Just wait. So you have to understand what is GUDA. It is a Compute Unified Device Architecture, and it support this NVIDIA support this .com. Yes, this is the developer company. Okay, this is the developer company. If you see, you have lot of forums here. So all type of visual games, mobile developments can be done where you can implement this GUDA. Developer tools are available. So this is NVIDIA is the company. Okay. Developers, you can say. These are the containers, models available, toolkit available. Fine. So we will not go in depth. You have to understand there is a particular developer who develop architecture for graphical user processing unit that is called as GUDA. GUDA is nothing but Compute Unified Device Architecture. Kindly note down, Compute Unified Device Architecture. So why we have to design this architecture? It enables the programmer to write C programs to execute all type of GPUs. Graphical processing unit, to design a hardware related with the software programs, we go for this type of architecture, compute unified device architecture, with some restrictions. So which are the data have to be supported for this unit? So some restrictions will be. And another important thing, there is another multi-company, OpenCL we say. Okay, just wait. We saw OpenMP, right? Similarly, so wait. This is OpenCL, is a framework for writing programs that execute across heterogeneous platform consisting of central processing unit, graphical processing unit, digital signal processor, field programmable gate array, all those things supporting frameworks. You know what is mean by framework? The basic structure of something that gives its shape and strength. Okay. For designing the graphical processing unit, we depend on this multi-company called OpenCL. Multi-company initiate to develop the portable programming language that provides many of the CUDA. So CUDA architecture have to be supported for all type of processors from SIMD processors. Okay, SIMD has many versions of processors. So for supporting that type of portability program, we go for this multi-company where it mainly developed the portable programming language. What is portable programming language? They developed this GUDA architecture using a C programming language, fully consisting of GPU technology softwares. Fine. So NVIDIA decides this particular company, okay, developers, what they do, unifying terms of all the form of parallelism in the GUDA thread. They make use of parallelism concept inside this compute unified device architecture thread. So it acts as a lowest level of parallelism inside the GPU unit. Then what are the important points you have to understand is, when you make use of this architecture inside the system, GUDA architecture thread, together it utilizes many styles of parallelism. What is the parallelism concept supported inside this architecture? Abdin pata, multi-threading. You can insert the classification of processes like MIMD, multiple instruction, multiple data streams. Both SIMD also can be implemented inside this architecture design. Then instruction level parallelism. Instruction level parallelism. When you say SIMD, it will support data level parallelism as well as instruction level parallelism. So these threads are blocked together, executed in a group of 32 at a time. So the arrangement of that architecture is the 32 at a time of blocking of data. So multi-threaded processor inside a GPU, if you find, it consists of block of threads, blocks of threads now, process happening. And what is the range of multi-threaded processors supported inside this GPU? Means its GPU consists of 8 to 32 of these multi-threaded processor. Okay, at a time, how much of threads can be supported, that you have to understand under the GPU unit. Introduction about that company, the developer who have designed this graphical processor unit architecture, some important points. As GUDA parallel programming language is implemented inside this architecture, compute unified device architecture, it is called as FEMI architecture, and use the FEMI architecture. You have to understand what is FEMI architecture. See, it is a code name for graphic processing unit. We say a graphic processing unit is a coprocessor, right? So it is created with a micro architecture developed by NVIDIA, the developer. So first released in April 2010, this type of FEMI architecture. ஒண்ணுமே அந்த சைஸ் வந்து டிக்ரீஸ் பண்ணிட்டாங்க, டிரான்சிஸ்டர் ஆன் இன்சிஸ்டட் மோட். Primary micro architecture used for GeForce 400 series, G4 500 series, more what scientific applications we make use of this micro architectures. So these are a few general information you have to know. As we have already covered vector architecture under subword parallelism, where GPU being supported using this vector architecture, we have seen. So GPU works well only on data level parallel problems. So data transfer, upload, download, all those things supporting unit is GPU. So both styles have gather ranger that the GPU processor have even more registers than when compared to vector processor, GPU processor have more register capacity to be holded. So the difference you have to know. So vector architecture, you have to know a GPU consists of GUDA, Compute Unified Device Architecture. Vector architecture is supporting subword parallelism concept. So here GPU focusing on hardware multithreading. Single multi-threaded SIMD processor to wide memory latency is being implemented in a NVIDIA GPU architecture. NVIDIA. So NVIDIA has 4 implementation. This developer implemented this FEMI micro architecture with some price points. So GPU ranges from this version 7, 11, 14, 15. So the multi-threaded SIMD processor. Now according to our system usage, if you are going to use your system for a company like office work or some organization of Amazon on the field level we are using our system, then we have to accordingly choose our price point of FEMI architecture according to the usage. So there are multi-threaded SIMD processor available. So the implementation related with these price points. And GPU with the different numbers of multi-threaded SIMD processor, you have to understand thread block scheduler hardware present inside that GPU. What is the thread block scheduler hardware means? Thread floor, you know, multiple threads are going to be run inside the GPU process. So block of threads to multi-threaded SIMD processor have to be linked. So here is an example for that. See, GPU satisfy the SIMD processor. So simplified block diagram data path for a multi-threaded SIMD processor is present inside you, in front of you. So here instruction register will be one only. One instruction is being passed inside. That instruction, you know, that is a graphical user interface instructions, GPU instructions. For that instruction, how the data are being splitted using a in lanes. Lanes na traffic control pandradhukku, and then the data is transferred to each and load store unit here present. So it is divided like this. Multi-threading have been lanes, we say SIMD lanes. Single instruction, multiple data stream lane. Where we say this the whole set as thread processor. Thread na oru processor run aayirukku. Okay. If you are going to open one document, that is possible. Again, in that opening, again you can open another applications parallelly. You can view the videos, you can view the images. This is all done using this SIMD lanes. Inbuilt, it is connected to the addressing coalescing unit na, or common single unit will be present for addressing. Interconnection network is very much important. Then only the uploading or downloading of data will be properly done using this graphic unit. There will be a local memory available and a global memory available. If you want to transfer any data within the system, that is also possible, or through from a bandwidth of large amount of memory from drive to our system or from system to drive, everything is possible using this type of architecture. So multi-threaded SIMD processor you have to understand. Here there are 16 SIMD lanes, 16 SIMD thread schedulers have been put independently working. So if you just understand the architecture of a GPU, that is enough. And SIMD thread schedulers include what? It include the controller that leads to which thread of SIMD instructions are ready to run, and then send them off to the dispatch unit to run the other multi-threaded SIMD. You know how it is blocking. Okay. When the instruction is given, accordingly the process will be taken, it will be executed until others have to be wait. Then parallelly, which time that been scheduled properly. GPU hardware has two level of hardware schedulers. எதுக்கு இந்த scheduling ரொம்ப focus பண்றாங்கன்னா, then only there will not be any crashes of data when one data is being uploaded, another data have to be waiting. Next, the process have to be simultaneously done with some scheduling. Scheduling na some organization have to be done within the system, GPU unit. So this GPU hardware has two level of hardware schedulers. One is thread block schedulers, as we are dealing with multi-threading. So there should be some thread block schedulers present inside the unit. Similarly, SIMD thread schedulers also have to be focused. So this thread block schedulers, what it do? Block of threads assign. It is assigning block of threads to multi-threaded SIMD architecture processor. As our system is a SIMD processor, how a GPU and CPU have to be interconnected. Okay, with the support of CPU and GPU unit only, we are able to access the data. So how it is happening, what is a schedule mechanism used inside, that only we are covering in this slide. So to assign a block of thread to run inside a multi-threaded SIMD processor, there is a scheduler called thread block scheduler. Similarly, SIMD inside the processor, SIMD thread scheduler is there within a SIMD processor. This is a CPU, this is a GPU mari. Okay, how schedules are put for each unit, you have to understand which schedule when SIMD thread should run. To decide that, there is a scheduler. And normally SIMD instructions, if you know, there will be one instruction passed inside that lane. So that SIMD instruction of these thread are 32 wide. So each 32 means this instruction register would have size 32. Each thread of SIMD instructions could compute the 32 of the element of the computing. So that much of space is allotted, that much of elements also can be computed parallelly. So thread consists of SIMD instructions. SIMD processor must also work parallelly with the functional unit to perform operations. Okay, and it has been divided into lanes that only we have seen in this diagram. How we focus on vector lanes under vector architecture. Similarly, in SIMD architecture we have SIMD lanes. So NVIDIA GPU memory structure, we have now focus on hardware, GPU hardware. In the GPU hardware, what are the two schedulers? Then what is a memory structure found in the GPU? This developer have developed a memory structure for that GPU unit. There are two types of memory unit: on-chip memory, off-chip dynamic random access memory. Try to understand memory structure on a NVIDIA GPU. ஏன்னா இது ஒரு மெமரி யூனிட் இருக்கணும், ஒரு ப்ராசஸர் யூனிட் இருக்கணும். ஒவ்வொரு யூனிட்டும் ஆக்சஸ் பண்றதுக்கு என்னென்ன காம்பனன்ட்ஸ், என்னென்ன ஷெட்யூலிங், அதை நம்ம பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கோம். அதில் ஜிபியூவோட மெமரி ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் கன்சிஸ்ட் ஆஃப் டூ இன்ஃபர்மேஷன். ஆன் சிப் மெமரி. What is it on chip memory? Local to each multi-threaded SIMD processor local memory means ஒரு சிபியூக்கும் ஒரு ஜிபியூக்கும் கனெக்ட் பண்றதுக்கு ஒரு ஆன் சிப் மெமரி இஸ் தேர். Local to each multi-threaded SIMD processor local memory is there. That is on chip memory. This SIMD lanes இருக்கு இல்லையா, parallel processing, multi-processing is happening within a multi-threaded SIMD processor. But this memory is not shared between multi-threaded SIMD processor. Only this memory is available only in the SIMD lanes, not under the CPU processor connected. So that is called as on-chip memory. So what is the difference between on-chip memory and off-chip dynamic random access memory shared by whole GPU? So GPU and all thread blocks GPU memory has an off-chip dynamic random access memory. Okay, so rather than large having a on focusing on large cache memory, they have created smaller streaming caches inside a GPU unit, so that we can extend the multi-threading of SIMD instructions to high range of latency. Latency na enna, without inactive of the memory. Memory should be always be what? It should not be inideal. It should be it should not be inactive. It should be active always. Data transfers is parallelly happening. Images will be stored, and all those instructions later data will be stored parallelly running when the instructions are given. So instead of giving large caches for this GPU unit, what they done in GPU traditionally, what we are using in our systems, if you see, they are using smaller streaming caches, rely on extensive multi-threading of threads, where SIMD instructions are performed inside this dynamically random access memory. So working set can be hundreds of megabytes. That's why we are able to support that much of data. MD can be uploaded, downloaded due to this dynamic random access memory found in the GPU unit. This is an overall idea about GPU memory structure. So in this, if you see, GPU memory is shared by vectored loop. Vectored loop means with the lanes. Okay. So if you want to run any of one thread, so how the normal information happening? See, this architecture used for a GPU unit, compute unified device architecture thread. When it is passed using the scheduler, thread block schedulers, we are able to pass inside the block local memory, which holds all the SIMD instructions, informations, then pass to the grid. What is this terminology? We'll see in the next tabular column. The grid 0, grid 1 சொல்றாங்க இல்லையா, அதெல்லாம் என்னன்னு பார்க்கலாம். GPU memory normally it is sequentially happening. Okay. Intergrid synchronization means organization of data are parallelly done. Okay. So how local this understand all the threads of SIMD instructions within the thread block share in a local memory of GPU. Local memory of SIMD. எப்பவுமே வந்து SIMD lanes only hold the on-chip memory that is local to each multi-thread SIMD process. Okay. Then off-chip dynamic random access memory said to be whole GPU unit. All the thread block GPU memory holds the data, and here there is no large cache memory assigned for this application. Only smaller streaming caches are applied. And the very important point, as we are using the hardware multi-threading concept inside the GPU unit, we have to give a wide range of dynamic random access latency. Latency means inactivity should be avoided. Latency. The chip area use cache in system processor instead of computing resources, and large number of registers to hold the state of many thread of SIMD instruction. That's why we have given a local memory storage for a SIMD instruction passing inside the SIMD lanes. Putting GPU into viewpoint, we have to focus on hardware multi-threading to improve the processor utilization, and GPU have hardware support for more handling threads, process. Both use cache. Both use cache na? GPU has smaller streaming caches. Multi-core computers use large multi-level caches. And 64, both use 64-bit address space. If you see in your system, in a system configuration, CPU processor will also have the capacity of 64-bit address space. Similarly, GPU also. So physical main memory is such smaller in only main memory. If you see when compared to GPU, a central processing unit, GPU will have smaller main memory. And page level, you know, operating system, you have learned this demand paging. So GPU support memory protection at the page level, but they do not support in demand paging. What is meaning by demand paging? Demand. What is mean by demand paging? See, in any operating system supporting system, okay, processor, demand paging is a method of virtual memory management. So in a system that uses demand paging, that operating system copies a disk page into a physical memory. If there is a transformation of pages with the disk page into the physical memory, only if an attempt is made to access it, that page is not already in the memory, then we have to go for demand paging. But in the case of graphical processing unit, you need not demand for paging. Okay, it will automatically be done. Last point, these are the similarities and difference between multi-core with multimedia SIMD extensions and what recently using graphical processing unit. So comparison. ஒரு GPU எவ்வளவு ஸ்பேஸ் வச்சிருக்கு, how much of features needed for a GPU for this type of what these are the features. Featuresனா என்ன சொல்றாங்க, இதெல்லாம் உண்மையா necessity for a system, fine, for giving a good performance of data transfer. So when you compare for a system having a multi-core with the SIMD, only multi-core with SIMD if you focus, it is taking 4 to 8 processor, SIMD processor. Our core important. But here if you see GPU, you need 8 to 16 unit, okay, needed for SIMD processor. Similarly, lanes. When we focus on the features to be given to the system with the SIMD lanes processor, for a multi-core, if you give 2 to 4, that is enough. But if you are using a GPU unit inside a system, you have to focus on 8 to 16 lanes to be given. Multi-threading hardware support for SIMD thread, it is only 2 to 4, but when compared to GPU, it is 16 to 32. Okay, space. Large cache size, only 8 MB is enough for large cache size to be given as a feature when you have a system like multi-core system with a single instruction multiple data stream classification processor. But if you see, just 0.75 MB is enough for a largest cache size. Size of a memory address 64. Processor, again equal size is given for a graphical processing unit. Size of a main memory 8 gigabits to 256, but here in main memory it is only 4 to 6 gigabytes. So அப்ப இந்த ஃபீச்சர் ஆக்சஸ் பண்றது வந்து இந்த யூனிட் வந்து இவ்வளவுதான், அதை நீங்க புரிஞ்சுக்கணும். மெமரி ப்ரொடெக்ஷன் அட் லெவல் ஆஃப் பேஜ். பேஜிங், பேஜிங்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்? You are learning operating system, right? What is the meaning of paging? Page. Anybody can reply? Page na enna? It's not like when compared to page in operating system. Paging we say, right? What is the meaning of memory paging? In a computer operating system, memory paging is memory management scheme by which a computer stores or retrieve data from secondary storage for use in a main memory. If you want to fetch any of the data which is available in the secondary memory to the main memory, we go for paging concept, memory paging. So in this scheme, the operating system retrieve data from secondary storage to same size block called page. So now you will understand whether memory protections at level of page. Yes, it is needed for SIMD, also for GPU. Demand paging, you need not depend for a graphical processing unit. Demand paging means need not transfer data retrieval from physical memory in the case of GPU, because it's have its own memory unit. Correct? In a GPU unit has a dynamic random access memory and CPU has a dynamic access memory. So here no dependency. So we need not go for the concept of demand paging under GPU. Cache coherent. What is the meaning of coherent? Clearance. Okay. Cache clearance. If you see multi-core with SIMD is well given, but no focus on large amount of cache here. So features we have to concentrate when you compare GPU and microcore. SIMD processor or similar to vector processor, this I have already told, because subvert parallelism is a classification under SIMD processor, where it example for that is vector processor. And here more points are given. The important points, if you see, the hardware that support for multi-threading, where each core has 16 lanes, what we have seen in the previous diagram. So biggest difference between a multi-threading and fundamental to GPU is missing for most of the vector processor. So GPU and CPU do not go back in computer architecture. What is the generations if you compare? When the ancestor invented CPU, GPU plays one of the vital role when they invented games, videos, all those things. Then furthermore, graphical user interface are used as a part, as a co-processor inside the CPU. So there is no missing link that explain both. Parallelly, they have been increasing the CPU transistor rate as well as GPU unit. That is a point here. And this example here explain about need not get panic of seeing this information. What are the types inside a GPU unit? First, what it was given the name and the first generation of GPU, and now officially GUDA. What is GUDA architecture? Compute Unified Device Architecture, where the developer NVIDIA GPU termed given as grid. We have seen in this diagram, right? Grid 0, grid 1. What is the meaning of grid? It's a vectorized, vectorable loop executed on a GPU made up of one or more threads block that can execute in parallel. So that is the meaning of grid. So under this developer, they mentioned each and every thread running as grid running. Thread block. These are the terminology you have to understand, and the explanation is given here. This is overall guidance of GPU terms. Graphical processing unit terms. What are the types of graphical processing unit? Program abstraction, machine object, processing hardware. For that, what are the processing hardware? என்னென்னலாம் தேவைப்படும்? அதுக்கப்புறம் memory hardware ஒரு GPU unit என்னென்ன தேவைப்படும்? Global memory is needed, shared memory is needed, thread processor register is needed to store the data, to retrieve the data, everything we need to a memory hardware. Similarly, for processing any data, streaming na image should not be stopped in between. Full completion of MB have to be completed. GB have to be completed. Streaming microprocessor, giga thread engine, WAP schedulers, thread processors are all involved for processing hardware. Okay, processing hardware na processing the GPU unit. Machine objects. What are the machine objects? Object classes, PTX instruction needed. These are. Then program abstractions. Each and every architecture have a thread. So the thread blocking schedulers working. So these are all involved. You focus on this alone, but because latest technology, we use these terminologies for creating the GPU unit. That's all. These are the examples for easy to build a much large system. We go for GPU, and most of a MIMD structured system support a common that is multiple instruction, multiple data streams. Support shared address space that you all know. So parallel processor have a separate private address space. Each to build a much large system, we focus on this GPU. So design of GPU may make more sense when architecture asks give the hardware inventor to do the graphics well. So to improve the performance of the system for running the wider range of applications supported with MIMD and parallel processing and using internet services, good bandwidth, we are able to use this GPU unit for under a large scale system. That's the point. So anybody can reply? GPU, graphical process unit, rely on graphics dynamical random access memory chip to reduce memory latency and thereby increase performance on graphics application. True or false? Try to understand. By using this graphic random access memory chip, okay, whether we are reducing the memory latency and thereby increasing the performance on graphics applications. True or false? Normally, you have a unit, graphical processing unit has a dynamic random access memory chip. Okay, that no doubt. The question they are asking is, this unit rely on this particular graphic DRM chip to reduce memory latency. What is memory latency? Inactivity. Okay. Find out and say. For tomorrow class I'll ask. Any doubt till now? So little vague, as you know, the fourth unit of more theory part. That's why from the book points I have highlighted some key points which you have to remember. You have to try to understand those concepts. And nothing else more complicated you should take yourself. Okay, the key points. What is the memory unit available? What is the features available inside a CPU? That is more than enough for this introduction to graphical processing unit. Okay, any doubts, students? Yes, Jay Surya, kindly note down. Have you note down the absentees?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can leave the session. Thank you, students, for your cooperation. I'll send the information for you to learn.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.